What's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Tasha checking in with another video, and this is going to be none other than our weekly hot topic chat. Okay. Let me have my little banner. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome to the live. If it's your first time joining me, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, subscribe to the Redefine Me channel because we have a great time over here. Okay. All right, guys. So this is going to be our weekly hot topic chat, and I am sharing my screen. And if y'all see this picture up, I'm going to include pictures of the hot topics as I go over them. So let me stop sharing for a minute. What's up, y'all? So y'all can see me before y'all see the picture. But we about to get into these hot topics today. I have missed y'all. It seemed like I have been gone for a minute. It seemed like I've been gone for a minute. But let me load up these hot topic photos, and then we gonna get started. Okay. One second. All right, y'all. So let's get into the hot topics, y'all. So as you come in the room, say hey, say hi, and subscribe to the channel. Now, this first picture you see on the screen, y'all, the first hot topic, 2 planes. Now, we got plane issues again, which gives me a little bit of pause. I'm not scared or nothing like that. However, I have a flight I'm going on next week. I'm going home to see my family. And I'm like, Lord, what is going on with all these plane crashes? I feel like a part of me want to drive a little bit. But I ain't gonna have no fear because God didn't give me the spirit of fear. Okay. So I'm not gonna dwell on that. Okay. But this is the first story up. So 2 planes collided mid-air in Arizona. This was in Arizona. 2 people died on that plane collision. It happened at the Marina Regional Airport in Arizona. This is ridiculous. I don't understand what's going on with these plane crashes. If you see the picture, look at how horrific that is. It looked like it's one of them planes where they are like testing, those smaller planes where they're kind of teaching you how to fly and whatnot. And so I don't know what's going on with the whole airplane thing. It's really becoming an issue lately. So prayers up for the family of the people who lost their lives. 2 people did unfortunately lose their life. If y'all hear my heat come on in the background, it is cold. It is cold here in Georgia. The weather has just been crazy. This winter has been wintering. Okay. And so that's what that is. So let's move on to the next topic, y'all. Another plane incident, which is unreal. Okay. So this one happened last Monday. Delta, our beloved Delta, okay. It's flight 4819. They were landing in Toronto. 18 people were injured. Now they had to do an emergency overturn landing due to the weather conditions. So the plane had to land upside down. Now, if I was on that plane, I'm telling you, and I'm strapped in and I'm hanging upside down, child, I would have lost my whole marbles. Okay, hanging upside down is not fun. No, which way you slice it, especially when you're in a plane. And imagine being in the air and the plane has to shift. Now I'm screaming the whole time. First of all, when I get off the plane, there's going to be throw up, pee, every bodily fluid that you could think of. Sorry for being graphic. All over my clothes because that is horrific. That is very, very horrific. Okay, so hold on, y'all. Let me get to the comments. I wanted to keep the comments going, and I think because of that, I hid my photos. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, that was very horrific. for those people that were on that Delta flight. Like that is really crazy. Let me get back to my pictures. So thank God there were no casualties in that particular flight. I believe there was just people that was injured, but there were no casualties in the flight. Okay, and so this is the one we're looking at, the Delta flight 4819. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, y'all. This one right here, this is going to be the topic that is really sad. Okay, so the man on the left, the older Caucasian gentleman, his name is Andrew Lester. Okay, he pleads guilty to assault charges. Now, back in 2023, he shot the African American young man on the right, or whichever way you're looking at the screen. His name is Ralph Yarl. Um, he shot him and killed him. Okay. 86-year-old, he's 86 years old, and while he was locked up awaiting sentencing, he passed away while he was awaiting sentencing. Sad on so many levels, right? And I'm gonna get my phone because I had some extra notes on them. Sad on so many levels, just ridiculous. Okay, so this is the details of the story. Okay, um, it was on April 13th, 2023, in Kansas City, Missouri. He was 16 years old. The African American young man on the right, the teenager was shot twice after ringing the doorbell of the wrong house. So it appears to me that he was possibly going to um, maybe somebody's house. And sometimes when you get in these communities that are cookie cutter communities, I call them, because my sister kind of lives in one where all the houses kind of look the same, you end up ringing the wrong doorbell, right? Because the houses look the same. So he was 16 years old. He was going to the wrong house. He rung the wrong doorbell. It says Yarl was trying to pick up his twin brothers and mistakenly ended up at the wrong address. So the African American young man, he was going to this house to pick up his little brothers, and unfortunately he met 86-year-old Andrew Lester, and he ended up shooting this young man and killing him, unfortunately, which is really, really a sad story no matter which way you slice it. This man, in his older age, this is why we have to care about the elderly, because sometimes they do need some extra help because they're older, so everything is heightened and they're on edge. And I'm not excusing that what he did at all, because I think what he did was heinous and it was horrible. And my heart goes out to the young man's family. But we have to really care about our elderly because they end up living alone. They end up dealing with so much. And it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. He probably got spooked. So an African American young man, and unfortunately some of these elderly are brainwashed still with that old mentality of racism, and he saw him and probably was like, I don't know this person, why are they at my house, and he just went off, and it's unfortunate. And now this family excuse me, still trying to get over this cough, this family has to deal with the loss of the young man that life got cut short at 16 years old. So we are praying for the Yarl family and also the Lester family. I mean, he's now deceased as well. So just a sad story all the way around with it. Next story up, y'all. Last week, happy birthday goes out to Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer, he would have been 81 years old. So if y'all don't know who Jerry Springer is, Jerry Springer was a talk show host, and I'm pretty sure he did other things with his life as well, but we better know him as being the messy talk show host. You knew if you watched Jerry Springer, it was going to be a fight, like my mom is sleeping with my boyfriend type situation and got pregnant or something. There was always these dramatic, wild stories. And in the beginning, when I used to watch Jerry Springer, I was just like, okay, this is cool. I'm getting some drama in the daytime or whatever, or whenever I watched it, right? Because when he came out, I was still in school. So I missed his show a lot of times, and I would catch like reruns unless we were out of school or something. And so Jerry Springer was one of the messy talk shows. You knew it was going to be a fight, but after a while, as his show got older or went on a little bit, it ended up it was staged. They ended up ringing the bell, and then when they rung the bell, people would go and start fighting and stuff. And so, but whatever. It was comical and funny at the time. But happy birthday, Jerry Springer. He would have been 81 years old. He is no longer with us, but he would have been 81 years old last week. Yeah. Let's move on to the next topic. This story is sad, and I'm gonna play y'all a video clip from my phone. I'm gonna start with the mother because this was a sad story. And I don't know if you all have heard about this particular story, right? So the young lady you're seeing on the screen, her name is Tiana Williams. She's 29 years old, right? She was sleeping in a car with her children. Now it's been freezing outside. Y'all know this. She's been sleeping in freezing temperatures in a car with her three children, her two teenage siblings, and her mother. Okay. Two of her kids died because the car ran out of gas overnight. So the kids died of hypothermia. One of the children was 9 years old. One of the other child was 2 years old. Okay. She said that she called the city and everything for help. The city did not help her. I believe the city failed her. Okay. The city is trying to say that they're going to investigate their homeless hotlines and see what they could do and all of that. So the skinny of it was she was in a parking area. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm not missing no comments. What's up, Kelly Dixon? Hey. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the live. Hello, hello, welcome to the live. I had my photo over it. So this young lady, y'all, okay, so she was in a Detroit casino garage. Okay. She was there in her van. And this story touched me so deeply because I was a single mother and I understand how it is to try to provide for your children and try to do the best that you can with limited resources sometimes. And it was just sad. So she was in the garage. She had been living in her van for 3 months. Okay. Like I said, her mother was in the van. It was 8 people probably in the van. Okay. And I'm going to play a video of this situation from my phone. Hopefully y'all can hear it. So I'm gonna go ahead in my and pause my music so y'all can hear this video because it was absolutely sad. Okay, so hopefully y'all can hear this. Sorry,
a mother of two children who likely died from hypothermia in a car is speaking out tonight. Her 9-year-old son and 2-year-old daughter were found unresponsive after spending the night in the Hollywood Casino parking garage. Over the past 24 hours, questions have been raised about why the family didn't get help. During a press conference today, Mayor Mike Duggan revealed that family called the city in November, but nothing was done.
I don't know if y'all can see it.
For whatever reason, this wasn't deemed an emergency that caused an outreach worker.
Now hold on, let's pause real quick. This man gonna sit up here and say, did y'all hear what he just said? He said for whatever reason, this wasn't deemed an emergency. Sir, you got a woman living in her car in freezing temperatures with children, and you talking about for whatever reason this wasn't deemed an emergency. Yeah, okay. Let's keep watching or listening.
With that mother. She is 29-year-old Tatiana Williams. She told me she and her 4 children have been living in their van for the past 3 months.
They said it was carbon monoxide. Oh, I don't know what it is. There's so many stories going around. I haven't even got the right story for my own kids. But one thing I do know is they could never be cold in their car. Because I keep getting in the car. I do what I got to do to keep them kids with heat. So it's not hypothermia. My kids could have never froze to death. But I called everybody. I called out of state. I called different cities. I called Detroit. I got on the cameras. I've been on the cameras for a long time. Nobody. Every time I call, they say there's no shelter, no beds. was doing the right thing. I tried to keep them warm at night. That's it. I was just trying to keep them warm. Nobody helped me. It took me to lose 2 of my kids to get this help. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah. So, as y'all heard, that was her basically crying, telling us in detail what happened. She said that she tried to keep gas in the car so they would stay warm. She did what she had to do. When I watched the video, I empathized with her and I believed what she said. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because some people could be like, how could you let this happen? Why didn't you go to a shelter? Where's the children's father? People are quick to pass judgment on a situation when they do not understand the full details and totality of a situation. Just because when it's not happening to you, you're quick to pass the judgment, right? Just because this young woman um unfortunately became homeless just because there were siblings and a mom there, and you're probably thinking able-bodied people is in the car, why couldn't y'all have got up, got yourselves together? Whatever it is, it's hard out here for everybody. Truth be told, most Americans are just one paycheck away from being on the street, being homeless themselves. And so it's easy to pass the judgment, right, when you are not in the situation. And my heart definitely went out to this young woman because it's just kind of like you're doing the best that you can. You're trying to make the right decisions. You're trying to be the right mother that you need to be. You're trying to do the best that you can do by your children, but it's just kind of like it's hard out here. It really, really is. I mean, and then I was thinking that she, didn't maybe know where the father was or whatever the case was. But then we get to this idiot. Okay, this is the father of the children, all 3 of her children. Now, 2 of her children had passed, unfortunately, 9 years old, 2 years old. Now I'm gonna play y'all a clip of what, excuse me, of what he said, and this is why I say he's a deadbeat, because he want to act like that he didn't know what the issue was with the children. Sir, those are your children. Even if you're not with the parent, you should want to know how your children are living, what's going on with your children, or what have you. You don't have to be in a relationship, but you cannot tell me on no day of the week, I'm sorry, y'all, no day of the week that you would not want to know where your children is living at, what's going on with them. Now I'm gonna hold my phone up, but because of my background and the light, y'all may not be able to see the phone. But this is what he had to say. They interviewed him.
Another big story of the night: a father speaking to us tonight after learning 2 of his kids died from exposure to the cold in a casino parking lot. Yesterday, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please.
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned 2 of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage.
Now, y'all, hold on. So this is the father of the children, right? So he sits up here, 2 things. Now, I don't want to pass the blame because this father did just lose his children as well as the mother. However, you up here, look at the locks. Look at the locks, okay? You look like you get your locks done. You look like you got a nice little coat on. You got a gym membership. You live in life, okay? while your children are sleeping in a car. And you mean to tell me that are we supposed to believe that you didn't know that these kids were sleeping in the car, sir? Miss me with all of that. I believe he knew them kids were sleeping in the car. He didn't want to be bothered with her. He's a freaking deadbeat. But let's listen to the rest of what he had to say.
Hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state, but I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to...
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them? Just to get them, and can I get them? Because y'all homeless, there's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
See, that's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other side stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he helped his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime. Moments he will miss. And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
It doesn't matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
So, y'all heard what he had to say. I hope y'all could have, heard what he had to say. But this dude is a freaking deadbeat. And I'm going to tell you why. And we're going to move on to the next topics. But I just wanted to stop right here for a minute. Okay, this freaking dude is a deadbeat. And I'm going to tell you why. You mean to tell me you didn't know your children were sleeping in a car, but you claim you FaceTime your children? First of all, number one, he looked like he works. He had said he was in the gym when she called. He got his locks done. He looked like he got a coat on and everything. And you mean to tell me you didn't know your kids was living in a car? First of all, you ain't seen your kids for a month or 2. Now, this is what they said on the news. Y'all just heard it. He ain't seen his kids for like a month or 2. That's number one. So when you did see your kids, they've been living in a car for 3 months. Now, if you homeless and living in a car, you already know you don't have access to water like that. So you probably may smell a little bit. Not only that, you may not have all the food you need. Something is going to be telling, okay? And then on top of that, where are you? So you don't physically, when the last time you physically seen your kids? You talking to, they did say about 2 months ago, he physically seen them. So you didn't notice nothing about them, sir. And then you sit up here and say, oh, I would FaceTime them. So even when you FaceTime them, you didn't notice nothing going on in the background. I don't believe that this woman, as open as she's been in front of the cameras. Now, some people could say she putting on the front and she just telling a sob story so people can feel sorry for her, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, even if that's true, you, sir, is the father. This should have never happened under your watch. First of all, if your family is close to her and around the corner, and you claim you saw your kids 2 months ago, and your kids, I'm sure, did not look the picture perfect of health, your family and you should have jumped into action and said, what's going on? Your family don't call the kids either. They don't reach out. I don't believe that. I just do something about his whole story drives me up the wall, because I'm just like, you got the audacity and the mitigated gall and the nerve to sit up here and try to blame her for this situation. No, sir, it falls back on you as well. Yes, the woman could have done other measures, but we don't know that. She said she had reached out to Detroit's government. She reached out to several people, friends, tried. She ain't got no friends. Because what kind of friend are you if you know your friend is on the street with her 3 kids and you don't say, girl, come to my house because it's cold outside? And they're in Detroit. So that ain't no average cold. Okay. That's frigid. Okay. So what kind of friends do she have where they didn't say, girl, come to my house? I don't care if I had a 1 bedroom apartment. I would have been like, come to my house, bring the kids. Y'all could have a space on the floor, air mattress, something, so that y'all don't have to be outside in the cold. I just do. This story was so messed up on so many levels because she was probably trying to do the best that she could do. Okay. And then he turns around and then trying to blame her. Oh, she knows she could have reached out to my family. She knows she could have reached out to this and she could have did that. Who says that she wasn't? And when we don't know the relationship, the family might not like her. But even if you don't like the mother or the father or whatever, you have to think past that. It's about the children. Now you got 2 children that has lost their lives, excuse me, because of this foolishness. Foolishness that did not have to be. It didn't have to be. This was senseless. You should have been more involved in your children's life. There is no way that I would have a child and not know the living conditions of the child. Even if she didn't tell you, how active were you to not know their living conditions? You're trash, sir. I'm sorry. Let's get off of this topic because he's trash. He's trash. He is trash. Moving on to the next topic. Diddy, y'all. We ain't had no Diddy news in a minute, right? So Diddy is suing NBC for $100 million. He is filing a defamation lawsuit over allegations made in a documentary called Diddy, the Making of a Bad Boy. Okay. Diddy, first of all, defamation, if I'm correct, has to be false. If you're going to sue somebody for defamation, those allegations have to be false. If they're coming out with a documentary on your life and things that has happened that we have witnessed you go through, sir, you cannot sue somebody for defamation. If the stuff is false, yes, you can sue them. I haven't seen the documentary, so I don't know what the documentary is going to entail. However, I'm pretty sure everything they put in the documentary is stuff that we have seen play out as of recent. So how you going to sue them? Go sit down somewhere, Diddy, and prepare for your case that's coming up that you're going to need all your rest and energy and the rest of your resources for. Sitting up here talking about he's suing NBC for some defamation case. I'm like, oh, okay, Diddy, go on about your business. Ain't nobody got time to think about that. Moving on to the next story. It's like, Diddy, get out my face with that, sir. Get out my face. Moving on to the next story, y'all. Costco and Trader Joe. Okay. They're limiting the eggs that y'all can buy. Now, I'm not no egg fan like that. Like if we was having breakfast, I could go without the eggs. Like I don't need to have the eggs. But they are limiting the eggs that you all can purchase. So they are saying if you go to either one of these stores that the bird flu is running around. So not only is the regular flu running around because people are getting sick, it's a virus in the land, okay? Birds are also catching the flu. Okay, so they're saying that you can only buy 1 dozen per customer per day. Okay. All you're going to do if you're an egg person is buy eggs one day and then go the next day and buy another carton of eggs and the next day and buy another carton until you get the fulfillment of what you want. So I don't understand how they think this is going to really, help in the grand scheme of things. However, this is what they're saying that they're going to ensue to try to save on the shortage of the eggs. Okay, so Costco said, listen, y'all only can get Y'all only can get 1 dozen of eggs per day. So don't be coming up in here trying to get 2 dozen of eggs, or people that have businesses and trying to stock up on the eggs, stuff like that. Child, at this point, our food, I it's rough. It's rough to trust any type of food these days. Like, if we didn't need to eat, I mean, because it's like, even if you say, I'm not going to eat meat, I'm just going to eat vegetables. We don't really know what's up with the vegetables. We don't put a lot of stock into our farming community. So we don't know what's going on with the production and the everything that goes into the vegetables. Is the soil good? Things like that. You just don't know. That's why I am a huge prayer over my food. Before I put anything in my mouth, Lord, bless this food, that it may bring no hurt, harm, or danger to my body, that it may be nourishment for my body, things like that. The Bible speaks on that you will be able to consume harmful things and it won't bring harm to you. And now I'm paraphrasing, okay? But it talks on that. So you need to make sure, and this is a sidebar, and this one is for free. Make sure y'all praying over y'all food, man. I'm telling y'all, because we are living in a generation where it's all about the dollar, it's about the greed, and they are messing with our food. And y'all know that. That's why I believe a lot of people are getting sick more lately. A lot of things are jumping off in our health with the food, because the food is tainted. They only care about money. And the sad thing is that in the United States, we have it where we should be able to um be able to grow our food better, to have better food. If we took the time to actually grow and pour in resources into our farmers and farms and things like that, we can have a better quality of life when it comes to the food. But because the United States is so pent up on matters that doesn't matter, and they're pent up on money and greed, they can't think outside the box of having better food for your citizens. So anyway, that's the story with that, y'all. Moving right along. The young lady y'all see on the screen is Young Miami. If y'all do not know her, on February 11th was her birthday. So happy birthday goes out to Young Miami. She is 31 years old. Now she is part of the group City Girls. It is her and another young lady called JT. They were hot and heavy some years ago. Their lyrics is very explicit, but they ended up turning those explicit lyrics into this stardom that they had. I think it was JT. I think JT ended up going to jail, and that ended up breaking down their duo and everything. They tried to hold on to it while she was in jail with just a single person, but it just spiraled and went to a downfall. However, I think this particular one, she was actually in a relationship with Diddy, and yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't know. Y'all may know more about the City Girls over me. I was never a fan. I heard of some of the music. Some of it's catchy. Some of it's a bop, a dance, or whatever, if you're into that type of thing. However, she came across the topics when I was researching. So happy birthday, 31 years old, Young Miami. Let's move on to the next topic. Also, happy birthday goes out to Kelly Rowland. She is 44 years old. Happy birthday, Miss Kelly Rowland. Now, what I would say is, this was a very unique photo shoot. Now, I feel like for my next birthday this year, I may do some type of photo shoot that is just different. But I chose this picture because this was the most tasteful picture, okay, for YouTube. Because this photo shoot, she was basically wearing dental floss. But I thought that the balloons on her head and everything, if y'all want to see it, y'all can go look it up. I think Shade Room had the picture of her. Y'all can look up her birthday pictures and see it for yourself. But yeah, happy birthday goes out to Kelly Rowland. She is 44 years old. Moving on to the next topic, y'all. Let's talk about it. Y'all remember Super Bowl happened a couple of weeks ago. We did talk about it in another hot topic, but we did not ever talk about the halftime show, which was performed by Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is one of those artists that is strategic in everything that he does, and his performances make you want to think. They're very thought-provoking performances. Okay, so the news on it is that Kendrick Lamar's halftime show reportedly brought in a record-breaking 133.5 million views. Okay, so a lot of people was tuned into this performance, and so much so that TikTok has exploded with all of these different reaction videos to it, all of these different dance moves that he did during the Super Bowl. He had Serena Williams doing the crip walk. He had SZA come out and everything. And I think both of those young women used to date Drake. So he's strategic in the way that he does stuff. You know, he spoke a lot about the Black culture, and just being that they want us to be cool, calm, and collective, but time is out for that. We have to rage against the system, so to speak. He had a gaming system set up, if y'all can see that, where it was like a controller, and he ended up saying game over at the end of it. And that could be directed towards Drake, and it could be directed towards game over with the government. Like, we're not playing with them no more. We're going to really look into our culture and not bow down to Uncle Sam and all of the powers that be. You know, it could be a lot of things said for his performance, but yeah, it brought in some record-breaking views, 133.5 million views for the Super Bowl and the halftime show. So listen, that was iconic. Moving on to the next topic. This is a older picture, but Whitney Houston, we all know her as R&B singer that had an amazing voice, that went through a traumatic issue with drugs. She ended up succumbing to her drugs and passing away some years ago. And so on February 11th, it would have been 13 years ago that Whitney Houston has passed away. And y'all know, after she passed a year later, her daughter with Bobby Brown, Bobby Christina, ended up passing away as well in a similar way. So that that was very traumatic when it did happen back then. And so we remembered her on February 11th as being passed 13 years ago. Okay. I wanted to throw in two stories, y'all. Two stories. So one, Irv Gotti, and I don't think I have his picture. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I don't think I have Irv Gotti's picture. Okay, so I probably have it on my phone. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see if I can show y'all. Because of this background, I might not be able to show y'all. But let me pull him up so y'all can see who Irv Gotti is. Okay, I don't know if y'all could see him. I don't know. But that's Irv Gotti. If y'all can't see him, he did pass away on February 5th in New York City. He was 54 years old. He ended up having a stroke. Irv Gotti is the co-founder of the label Murder Inc. That was in 1998. So what's up, Big Trent? Hey, I don't know if you remember me from a couple weeks ago. What's up, Trent? Yes, I remember you. Welcome to the live. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all comment in the comment section as well, and subscribe to the Redefine Me family. We're gonna go over the topics that I just discussed. But Irv Gotti, back in the day, I feel like I grew up in the best era of music in the 90s. Okay, it was so much going on. It was so live. It was so hype, right? And Irv Gotti was the co-founder of Murder Inc. So under Murder Inc., y'all already know that there was Ja Rule, there was Ashanti, there was a couple of other artists, but the big name ones that was out in the front was basically Ja Rule and Ashanti, right? And so he was the co-founder of that, but unfortunately he died at 54 years old due to a stroke. And so we are praying for Irv Gotti's family, y'all, that happened to him. And it's unfortunate. He was so young. Let's move on to the last story. Y'all heard about the girl. Hold on, let me see. What is her name? It was because I didn't really want to cover the story because it happened a little while ago, but I never talked about it. The overweight chick that's trying to sue Lyft. What was her name? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna look it up on my phone so we can talk about it. Okay, overweight rapper. Suing Lyft. Okay, it's right here. So this story happened a minute ago, right? So here's the background of the story. So this chick, Detroit rapper, she's suing the rideshare company, which is Lyft. Lyft after a driver allegedly refused to give her a ride because of her weight. Her name is Daja Blanning, I think that's her name, who goes by the stage name Dank Demas. Okay, so that's her name. Rapper Dank. Thank you for liking the video, Big Trent. So her stage name is Dank, okay? Dank is stank because she's sitting up here suing Lyft, right? And for her encounter, right, with the this Lyft driver. So this the background of it. So girlfriend goes and books a Lyft. And she books a regular Lyft, like a regular smuggler Lyft. So if you're booking a regular Lyft, you know a person could show up in a PT Cruiser or in a truck, a Suburban or whatever. It ranges, right? So if you want a certain type, like an XL, you have to book the XL so that the person can show up in a big old XL truck or a Lyft Black or however they do it, right? So she picked a regular smuggler Lyft. The dude rolled up in a car, and I'm trying to see if I could find the car he rolled up in.
The most affordable 12
Hold on, y'all.
program with the same active ingredient.
Dude rolled up.
For one, Deja Blanding tells
this
us she
this
was
her.
trying to get to a Detroit
Hold
Lions
on,
watch party this month.
Y'all see her.
As I walk in, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car. Yes, I can.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a.
So this dude, right? And this ain't funny, but it is, because if you fat, you know you fat. This girl, let me tell y'all, she was not no average fat. She was like my 600-pound life fat. She rolled up, and that dude was probably like, ma'am, he gonna tell her that his tires can't handle her. He probably pulled up in a sedan. Like a sedan can be, like I have a Sentra. My car is not a big car. I have like a 2018 Sentra. So my car is a reasonable size for me, and probably I can fit 4 people in my car, but it can't be 4 huge people. But he pulled up in a sedan, and if she wobbling out there, 600 pounds look like, trying to squeeze her tail in his car, and then going to tell him she can fit in the car. Girl, get the heck out of here. Now she want to sit up here and sue Lyft, talking about some discrimination. You know your tail was extra large. You should have booked an extra large Uber, ma'am, or extra large Lyft. And Lyft, let me tell you, and this irritated me because I'm a former Lyft and Uber driver, okay? And I have had to reject some folks off of my car, out of my car, because they was too big or they couldn't fit or something was up. This ain't no shade to nobody that's fat, because it's sometimes when you're big, it doesn't mean because you're eating. You can have a condition or you can have something going on. Trent says, what you say, Trent? Imagine having to order an extra large car. I know, and it is sad, but we gotta come out of this mindset where we don't keep it 100, right? You ain't trying to be offensive, and I get what you're saying. You ain't trying to be offensive, but we gotta keep it 100. If you know you're large, like, I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of her. Hold on, y'all. The picture. This girl. Hold up. This how she look. I hope y'all can see her. Right? Look at her. Right? They did not put a they didn't put a picture of his car. They just showed the bottom of his car. However, child, let me tell you something. If you know you big, it's certain things that you have to prepare for. until you can change your weight and your lifestyle, which is going to take some time and it can be done, then you gotta order stuff that is going to be comfortable for you and sometimes comfortable for other people. Lyft drivers most of the time are using their own vehicle, and you would be amazed how many people get in Lyft and Uber driver cars and dog them out and treat them like trash. I have so many Uber and Lyft stories that I'm going to do a story time about. I might do it when I get off of here, but there is so many people that get in these Lyft and Uber driver cars and dog them out, like horribly, horribly. And people don't understand. These are our personal cars. I had one time I had 3 dudes in the back of my car, gay dudes, right? And they back there trying to get the sex on while I'm driving them. I had to tell them, excuse me, pause. I will, Trent. I'm probably gonna go ahead and do another video when I get off of here because I'm behind. I was sick last week and I ain't give y'all the sauce, you know. But if I do, I'm probably gonna do it outside of StreamYard and just do it regularly, or I'm gonna take this background off and change my background or something. But these dudes tried to be in the back of my car trying to have the sex. I had to tell them, stop. You're almost home. You got 5 minutes before you get to your house. Can y'all wait until y'all get to the house? My daughter sits back there. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I clean my car once the night is over, and after every 3rd ride, I would get out and clean my car and make sure people ain't leave nothing, stuff like that. However, don't nobody want your fluids back there. Like, no. But people sit up here and do the most in these Uber and Lyft rides. So now, I don't know if Lyft has fired or deactivated this guy's account, and I'm pretty sure they have, which is made me mad because I used Lyft and Uber for a whole year. When I moved to Atlanta, I had a job and they unfortunately terminated me for some BS that was messed up, okay? And so I did Uber and Lyft for a whole year. And I paid my rent and everything, took care of me and my daughter for a year. And so that income can turn into full-time income if you work it like that. So for you to wobble your tail out here, getting this man, try to get in this man's car, and he refuses you because of obvious reasons. You probably didn't want to pay the extra money. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Trent. My daughter's birthday weekend is next weekend. She'll be 21 years old. Happy birthday. But you wobble your tail out here and you get in this man's car, and you know, Lyft and Uber, they always side with the passenger. Always. Because another story, I got my account deactivated from Uber because this lady talking about I discriminated against her and her dog. Lies. That was a lie. She called me. I will. Thank you, Trent. She called me and told me that she had Cujo traveling with her. I let her know, ma'am, I would prefer not to pick up an animal because I do this full time and I'm going to have other customers that I'm going to pick up after you get out. Well, Miss Karen didn't like that. And she made it seem like it was okay at the time, but she called Uber and cried Karen over the phone, and Uber believed her and deactivated my account. So I was down to just doing Lyft. So when people do stupid stuff like this lady and that lady I just told y'all about, these are people's livelihoods. This is how people survive. Sometimes this is people's full-time job, and you sitting up here wobbling your tail out here knowing you need to be in a big car. And then on top of that, she went on a Breakfast Club, right? Went on a Breakfast Club. She couldn't even fit in a regular chair in a Breakfast Club. So if you couldn't fit in a regular chair in a Breakfast Club, how are we supposed to believe that you could fit in this man's car? They had to bring her out a booth, like you would be sitting in a restaurant, one of them diners, a big old booth for her to sit in, for her to feel comfortable. Excuse me, y'all. Still trying to get over my cough. So you mean to tell me that we supposed to believe that you could fit in this man's sedan? Yeah, okay, ma'am. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about that story. I'm gonna bring up the topics that we discussed today, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for joining me. Go ahead and make sure you like up the video and comment in the comment section about the topics that we discussed. So first topic we talked about, y'all, is these planes. Can you do a live of this for the story time? I don't know if he's talking about for the story time about the Uber. Yeah, I probably will, because I gotta get another video out. So first up, y'all, is going to be this plane crash here. Now, I don't know what's going on with the planes lately. I don't know, but this is all we talked about. You made a comment about you doing another video. Can you do that? Yeah. I'm gonna do that. When I get off of here, I'm gonna set up another live, and I'm gonna do that. Okay. So this one was a plane crash in Arizona. It killed 2 people. The planes collided at Marina Regional Airport, Arizona. Praying for that family. We also talked about Delta Flight 4819 that had to land upside down. I would have lost it. When they pulled me out of the plane, I would have had throw up, pee, everything on me because we had to land upside down. However, good thing is no one died, but there was 18 people that was injured on that plane. We also talked about Andrew Lester and Ralph Yarl back in 2023. Mr. Lester, this guy here, he shot this young man here because this young man accidentally rang the wrong doorbell. Now, he was going to go pick up his siblings, and he rang the wrong doorbell. Now, like I said before, it could have been one of them neighborhoods that had those cookie cutter houses, because my sister lives in one. Like, if you're not paying attention, you may drive into the wrong driveway because all the houses look alike. However, Mr. Lester, while he was awaiting sentencing, he passed away. And so both of these gentlemen are deceased, but this gentleman was only 16 years old when Mr. Lester unfortunately shot and killed him. Just a sad story. What's up? BSOP. Trina girl, how you doing? What's up, Janae? Welcome y'all to the live. We doing the hot topics, and I got pictures. The next story we talked about was Jerry Springer. Shout out to Jerry Springer. Last week was his birthday. He turned 81 years old. He would have been 81 years old. Y'all already know that was the first messy talk show that we had, child, back in the day. We talked about this sad story about the young woman who had to live in her car in a casino parking lot. This story hit me so hard, and I went, okay, I was on, I've been on for a little bit, and when I talked about the story, I went on her child's father with his deadbeat self, and people can have their views on it. My view was, if the father, you know who the father is, and she reached out to him, and she said, can you come get the kids? One thing me and absolutely, y'all absolutely are, Trina. Yes, you are, and thank you so much. Y'all do support. I appreciate it. Child, I'm trying to get these watch hours up. We try and be monetized up in here. When I get off of here, yes, and I do it right back. I give the support. When I get off of here, I'm going to do another live talking about my doing an Uber story time. So, because I used to do Lyft and Uber, and child, I got a doozy for y'all. But this lady, such a sad story. She unfortunately lost 2 of her children because they were sleeping in the van, and the children died due to hypothermia. It was a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. And then we get the baby daddy, and I showed y'all the clips of the video on my phone, what he said. This Negro is a deadbeat. He talking about he was on a treadmill when he got the call. So, sir, you got your fresh twist locks, look like you got on layers of clothing, you got a gym membership, and you mean to tell me you ain't know your kids was homeless? Talking about the last time he physically seen them was 2 months ago. So then that means you weren't involved in their life enough to care enough to not have them in that situation. He is bogus AF. I'm telling you, I was so pissed because I'm not excusing the mom, but this woman, I believe her. As speaking from a single mom, we do the best that we can do, right? When the dad ain't involved, we got to get up and do what we got to do. And I believe she was trying to do the best that she can do. He's talking about she just called me and asked me to come get the kids, and she didn't tell me why to get the kids. Negro, why she got to tell you why to get your kids? It's your kids. Yes, it's your kids. Get the kids. He a bit. Yeah, get your kids. I could have called you and said, hey, come pick these kids up. I don't need to tell you everything. Get your freaking kids. Don't let me get back on that Negro, because deadbeat men drive me up the wall because I didn't open my legs by myself and had his baby because he had to go to the gym. Absolutely. Child. We also talked about Diddy, y'all. We ain't had no Diddy news in a minute. So Diddy, big man, he's sitting up in the cell. He's sitting up in the cell mad, y'all, because they put out a whole documentary, another one, DJ Khaled, no point intended. They NBC put out a documentary about him, right? And so he's suing them for $100 million in defamation because he is not pleased with what they putting out, right? The name of the documentary is Diddy, the Making of a Bad Boy. Now, defamation, right, how he gonna be mad, Trent? Defamation is if it's untrue. Now, I haven't seen the documentary. I don't know if NBC is finished with it or what. However, I feel like Diddy's trying to do something to take the focus off that he's a freaky, creepy man, right? However, if the information on the documentary is true, Diddy, it's not defamation, sir. And we have seen it in real life. We've lived out your nasty, freaky ways. Back in the 90s, maybe we wasn't paying attention. I know I wasn't. I was bad boy. Let me tell you something. Bad boy, I was, getting it. I wasn't even thinking about that this man was this freaked out. But all things done in the dark comes to light, okay? And he got his lifetime, okay? But anyway, if y'all are a egg person, we talked about Costco and Trader Joe's is letting y'all know, as Wendy Williams says, Diddy done. Diddy is done. He's done. Do y'all think he gonna really be done? I don't know. I feel like money talks. And he got a lot of it. Even though he had to pay out some lawsuits and things like that, he still has a large amount of money to kind of make some stuff disappear. You don't think he's going to get off, Trent? I don't know, man. If he get off, baby, it's 754 for 12 here. Where are you at, Trina? Where you live at? Yeah, I don't know. Diddy might get off. So we talked about Trader Joe's and Costco. Trader Joe's and Costco said, y'all are only going to get 1 dozen of eggs per customer per day. Oh, you're in Columbus, Ohio. Okay. Child, if I had to pay $7.54 for some daggone eggs, guess what? I ain't having eggs. Now, I'm not an egg fan like that. Like, I use it if I need to coat my fried chicken or fish or something, or if I want to have like a little omelet or something like that or whatever, but I don't have to have eggs. But Costco said, we're limiting the eggs. Why are they limiting them? Because the birds got the flu. Last week, I had the flu. Now the birds got the flu. They talking about bird flu is up. So 1 dozen per customer per day. First of all, if the bird flu is out, and I know we already did these topics, but I'm just going back over them. If the bird flu is out, I ain't trying to eat no eggs no way. Like, you can have that. The birds got the flu? Oh, okay. I don't need to have no eggs. That's all I'm saying. This young lady right here, we talked about Young Miami. Y'all already know what's the song. I can't even sing this song because it's so explicit. But y'all know the songs. She is one of the duet from City Girls. Her birthday was last week. She turned 31 years old. Y'all know she was involved and Diddy too. I don't with the Diddy situation. I don't know if she was up in the freak offs or what she was doing. However, happy birthday goes out to Young Miami. Waffle House is doing 50 cents. What? Surcharge per? Are they really? Because Waffle House uses real eggs. Because this is funny. We went to sidebar. We went to IHOP one day after work with me and a bunch of my coworkers back in the day, and so we was ordering our food, and one of the girls was like, "I want bacon, eggs, and I want real eggs." So we was all like, "Real eggs? Don't they use real eggs?" We found out that day that they use the egg substitute to make our eggs, but you could specify having a real egg. So everybody at the table was like, "Well, give me a real egg too, cause we don't want the fake eggs." Girl, yes, Trent. I love me some Waffle House too. Waffle House to me is better than IHOP because you can see them cook your food, and it actually feels like the food is better if you go to the right one. If you go to a ghetto one, you on your own. All right, y'all. That's Young Miami. Also, Kelly Rowland. Did y'all see her photo shoot? Did y'all see this photo shoot? Happy birthday, Kelly Rowland. She's 44 years old. Okay, her birthday was last week as well. But did y'all see the photo shoot? Now, let me tell you, the balloons, the color, her skin was glowing. It was pretty. However, Miss Kelly Rowland was dressed up in dental floss. This was the best picture I could get on here because I didn't know if YouTube was going to look at it and say, is she showing porn or what? She was dressed in a bikini type situation. The balloons on top of her head was a cute little touch or whatever. She looks amazing. Happy birthday to her. But girl, you could have had something else on that was a little bit more covering. Excuse me. Don't try to one in Aiken, South Carolina. It's horrible. Oh, thank you for that. If I ever in Aiken, I will not try it. But happy birthday, Kelly Rowland. We talked about her, but that photo shoot was a little revealing for your girl. We also talked about Kendrick Lamar. Y'all already know he killed the halftime show. Now, people are giving mixed reviews about his halftime show. Some people are saying the halftime show sucked. It was boring. However, Kendrick Lamar is one of them artists that is very strategic, very deep. He goes into detail. Y'all see he had the gaming system set up as the stage and everything. I mean, he does what he does, okay? And I was here for it. I got my whole life. I'm sorry. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. It was all right to you, Trent. So, I mean, but it was deeper. You had to think deeper. Yes, he was taking shots at Drake, but he was also taking shots at the government and how they have treated us as African-American individuals. So, you had to really dig deep about the halftime show, right? But however, it reported that the halftime show, his part got 133.5 million views. That's a lot of people that was watching that halftime show. Now, they was already watching the Super Bowl, but you got some people that's probably not a fan and got up and walked away and everything like that. But 133.5 million views is still a lot of views. So Kendrick did his thing. I mean, it was what it was. We also talked about February 11th, Whitney Houston. This is the 13-year anniversary of her passing. Now, this is an old picture of her at the Grammys. But yeah, she battled with drugs and things like that. And it's just an unfortunate thing. Y'all know her daughter passed a year after her from in the same similar situation. A lot of people was talking about how it was some sacrifice and stuff like that. You know how people get into that era of thinking. But we just remembered her on February 11th. I also talked about Irv Gotti. He passed away on February 5th in New York from a stroke. He was 54 years old. Y'all know he's the co-founder of Murder Inc. Label. And we also lastly talked about the overweight chick that is suing Lyft because the driver refused to take her on as a passenger. Dude, I don't understand how this girl's sitting up here mad because the dude said you wider than all outside, so you're not getting in my daggone car, okay? Shoot, my computer need to be charged. So anyway, y'all, those were the topics. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Trina. Thank you, Trent. Thank y'all for coming in, showing me some love. I appreciate it so very much. I am going to come on and do a video right after this and do a quick Uber story time for y'all, because the girl, the white and all outside girl, she got me messed up. I'm about to ride for my drivers out there, because I know how it is to be trying to get it how you live it with Uber and Lyft, and you have these people that sit up here and treat your car like it's their car and want to mess it up and all of this and that. So I don't like that. So I'm going to go off and do a story time for y'all in about 15 minutes. So make sure your notification buttons is on. I'm going to come back and do that video for y'all. Thank y'all for joining me so much. I appreciate y'all. She goes to the bottom of the car. Ooh, I appreciate y'all. So let me get off of here. I love y'all so much. Until we meet again, I will see y'all at a different time. I love y'all. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in about 15 minutes. All right, y'all. Bye.